Can't get the extension. How's it going, everybody? Having a great day today. I hope you guys are having a great day as well. I can't do the full yeet. I can't do the full yeet. I regret it. I regret nothing. How are you guys doing? My name is Tyler. Welcome to the Amp Sim Show. I said I wasn't going to be on until Friday. I lied because I got a new pickup. It finally arrived. The Colossus is finally here. I'm very excited about the Colossus being here. It's an absolutely amazing pickup that I have been over the moon for, and since it came in yesterday. I decided to try it out yesterday, obviously. And wow, this is by far the greatest high output pickup I've ever used. It's got a resistance of like roughly 19.5, I think, somewhere around there. This thing is fucking awesome. Absolutely incredible. So I'm here today just to try it out. This is the Rumblebee. You guys haven't seen an old Rumblebee in a long time because it has been without a bridge pickup since like December. But that's just not a big deal because I have a bunch of instruments, and yeah, I've got a bunch of instruments that all sound pretty good. And yeah, so I'm here today to chill with you guys. Tomorrow we're going to be checking out the Auroratone, an Auroratone set that I'm putting in the Mindsinger. I'm going to be doing that install probably tonight, but we'll check it out on Friday or Saturday. I'm very excited to be able to just join you guys and hang out. Have you join me? We'll just listen to some tones today. We'll do some chugging and see where we're at. Oh, we've got a spicy kitty wrestling match. Anyhow, is this the sugar-free one? Why does it taste so different? Anyways, we're gonna chug and we're gonna hang out today. We're gonna do some of this. I'm going to start out easy going with the Ignite Amps Emissary. And we're just going to kind of chug through here a little bit. Check out this wonderful pickup with a few different amps in this lovely suite that we have here. If you have not ever tried out this suite, I feel bad for you. This is an amazing suite and it deserves a lot of attention. We're just going to check out the Tyrant Screamer. Just to start, we're going to go all internal Ignite amp stuff. Just to, I mean, this is another thing I'm very, very well aware of what this amp is going to give me. Can you cut that out? Thanks, buddy. All right, let's see what we got here off the top. One of the best high output pickups I've ever used, and I generally don't like them. I'll be honest. I generally I don't really get down with high output stuff. I usually like to sit around 14K, 15K, 13K, somewhere around there, and with the resistance. Why? Because I think that I prefer the clarity. And sometimes when you use a higher output pickup, you start to lose some of that clarity. And there are things you can do to increase your gain, your distortion, and everything else with lower output pickups, or we'll call them medium output pickups. So I'm going to be messing around with the height a little bit during the stream. And I do believe at some point... I do believe at some point Cody from Auroratone may be joining us. I can't say for sure. He's a very, very busy dude. But we did give him the invite and see. You guys should see it, by the way. This is my RG, and that's what the pickup looks like. Nice look at it. It's got the aggressor treatment with some little yellow scratches and scrapes that they look great. And it's got the nice hex holes on it. I'm very excited about this pickup. I'm doing great, Ton. I'm doing great, Ton Guitar. How are you? Hi, Thomas. How's it going, Exhume Corpse? I appreciate seeing each and every one of you guys today. I really do appreciate it. It's rad to have you guys. And this is the Ignite Amps Emissary. We're going to change up some stuff as we go here. We're going to be just playing around. If there's anything in here you'd like to hear this pickup with, let me know. But I'm just going to kind of go off the seat of my pants here for a little bit. And we'll see what we get out of this bad boy. That sounds pretty good so far. We're going to change the amp up. Not that I don't like the current amp. I'm just going to change things up periodically as we go, just because this is an amazing suite full of sweet stuff. And we're going to be going with some chugs today, mostly because that's what this thing was designed to do. I'm tuned in B flat. A little bit high on the level there. Hopefully everybody's doing great. All right, that's sounding mighty fine to me. So far, so good. We're going to be just hanging out for, I don't know, about 90 minutes today. I wasn't intending to come on, but I figured this pickup deserves its own stream. I want to just hang out and just throw different options at it. We might throw some different options apart from AmpHub, but it's going to be mostly AmpHub. I tried it out last night with the Kazarog 1992. As you guys are very well aware, that is my favorite amp sim, single amp sim on the market. Single amp suite, that is. This being one of my favorites right here. Nice, that sounds pretty good. I'm kind of feeling like a slightly bigger room today, so we're going to do a slightly larger room today. Nice, this is sounding good all right off the hop. And like I said, I'm going to be kind of fucking with the height a little bit, because you got to find the right height. And I have no idea with this pickup. I've never used this pickup before, so I'm going to be messing with some heights. That sounds pretty chuggy. Nice. So sometimes that input, the input helper, we'll call it, pretty cool. So you can just go in here and decide, is this going to be high output? Is this going to be whatever, et cetera, et cetera. And by touching it, I kind of nuked it up there. It's got a really nice snarling kind of scooped sound. I'm not really sure if it's 100% like a Scooby pickup, but we're going to kind of go from amp to amp and just find something that we really like. And it may take some time. It may not. We'll see. All right, see what we got here. This is the Pyros. That's a little bit more up my area. Nice. And if you order at any point, if you guys order an Auroratone pickup and you tell them we sent you, you guys get 10% off. Legit. That's pretty sweet. I'm not sure what we also have a very small discount on Mindsinger guitars, although that is going to depend by the build. But this straight up Auroratone has said 10% off whatever you order. So if you order a set, you can order 6 pickups if you want to, and you're going to get 10% off. That's pretty decent. That's pretty decent just for saying, hey, the AmpSim universe sent us. That way, I mean, affiliate links, guys, we like affiliate links. Those are always great, but people need to fucking click on the link. And I've had some really bad luck in the past, especially with a certain software developer that gave us some kind of UPC codes and stuff to put all. But the thing is, they're only for developers that are stat crazy, and there are a couple out there that are just like hardwired to their stats, and they're looking at you saying, well, you only influence this many clicks, but you know what happens to all the other people that bookmarked our page or our stream or something else, and how that maybe it was just half us and half somebody else that kind of sold them on buying the pickup. It is an untrackable scenario, so we don't really necessarily like that. We're going to offer you guys instead 10% off. Just drop the name just drop our name. Just say, hey, I heard you, but I saw your pickup on here or this or that. Please do check out Auroratone. They have some amazing stuff there. The finishes are second to none. You will not find another pickup developer, pickup builder, pickup winder out there that I don't see a lot of them that are doing finishes like this. And they're not all stock either. It's not as if you go and say, hey, I would like... I'm going to pick from your long list of stock finishes. You can just literally tell them whatever the hell you want, and our boy Cody is going to try to make it happen for you. Okay? Whether it's, I mean, this one is pretty simplistic. It's a matte black with some yellow aggressor lines and, you know, grinder lines, etc. It looks great, but you can also do something completely different. And you guys will see the other set that I have tomorrow, sparkling white, with like this cosmic feel. It's great. And if you go through his photo gallery, you'll see tons of stuff over there that will blow your mind. And, you know, but just be inventive. If you order a set from Cody at Auroratone, be inventive, you know. Don't just stick with plain black unless you really want just plain black. That's fine. But I always suggest people, if you've got a dark guitar, go with some pickups that pop, you know, go with something light colored on a, you know, because how good does that look when you see a black guitar with like red or pink pickups or green, etc. So if you have a black guitar that you'd like to throw a set in, there's so many options out there, and I suggest having a look through. All right, let's see what we got. It's sounding pretty good to my ears. I don't know about you guys. Sounding pretty good. Kyle, how's it going? Yeah, the Ultraviolet Thomas will be on its way this weekend. And so just in case, Thomas is actually going to be using the Ultraviolet that came in the Mindsinger originally. I wasn't super... It's not that I didn't like that pickup. I just want to make that very clear. It's just that sometimes with this, for example, the RG is a plank. And a lot of guitars out there are just sort of a plank. When I say that, it means that the pickup is going to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting in the tone. But eventually you're going to get certain guitars that have a very distinct profile, a tonal profile, that if you try to put a certain pickup in, even if you love that pickup in another guitar, you might put that pickup in your a different guitar and say, whoa, that does not seem what I was listening to in this other guitar. What's going on? Some guitars, not all, some guitars are more of a plank, like a lot of RGs, for example. Love myself an RG, but there's not a lot of tonal characteristics to this plank here. the pickup is doing the heavy lifting, and that's what I like in this situation. Now, the Mindsinger is a bit of a different bird. It's a dark, kind of a more of a darker. It's got a bit of a mid bump, and it is going to be a bit. I'm going to have to be a bit more picky. I've got a Singularity to try out tomorrow, and I'm really hoping that it fits the guitar. If it doesn't, no big deal. We continue our search for the proper pickup for that guitar's tonal profile. So just remember, yeah, I mean, not all guitars are going to be are going to suit all pickups. That's just not the way pickups are built. The reason that we have so many pickups these days is because there are so many different people with so many different tastes and a lot of different tonal profiles across a lot of instruments. Playing Hitman. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. All right, let's check the height on this. With my old ass eyes, that is going to be too far away. So let's go. Bring this up a little bit. And let's see what we got when we bring it up. Nope. Let's bring it back down. Right about there should be good. Also, everybody wish Pedro a happy birthday. I'm not sure. I don't actually know how old Pedro is. Nobody does. He's a mystery man. He's a mysterious guy. Hopefully, everybody please do wish Pedro a very happy birthday. Oh, Goodalax. What a band. And, you know, I didn't think this singer could actually do this shit live, but he definitely does. So, all right. Guys, I know it's super boring to watch me tinker with pickup heights, but it is what it is. It's just part of the show, part of what we're doing. And we're going amp to amp, and I'm just going what sounds and seems interesting today. Eddie's going to be pissed if I use the Randall without him here. Eddie! Eddie's working his ass off today, though. I guarantee it. Sounded pretty decent. Let's see what we got here. That sounds pretty good. Let's jack this up a little bit. Sounding good. Sounding good. A little bit more low-endy in here. And it's not a dark pickup, but with a darker amp, it's probably going to seem a bit darker, and that's not a big deal. And we're in two. These are newer strings. I tried something different because the local music store did not have the strings that I wish to put on. So I tried the Slinky Mammoths. They're pretty interesting. It's like a 62 to 12, and I've got it tuned in B flat, and I'm enjoying them so far. Not really an Ernie Ball strings kind of guy, but I don't mind these strings. Guys, did you try the VTAR noise suppression? Do you really think... Do a really good thing. Bass, mid frequencies and chug. Nice. That noise suppressor is really old, so I'm glad you're getting some use out of it. Vadim does have great stuff. Yes, this pickup is very full sounding. All right. We're just chilling today. This is my Rumblebee. I'm very excited about the pickup in the Rumblebee now. And this guitar is essentially just built to chug. This guitar, this pickup, everything put together is sounding quite nice. I'm very much enjoying the sound of everything right now. If there's anything particular in here that you'd like me to check out with this pickup, I'd be more than happy to. Just sort of going aimlessly wandering at this point. Oh, I saw the plumes. I want the plumes. Yeah. Work has been work this week was pretty solid so far. I'm looking forward to the weekend. Everything has been pretty solid though. All right, I need more in the mids. I already turned down the mids though. I'm going to crank those up a bit. Nice. Mom. Nice. Listened to the album last night. Thanks, Exhumed Corpse, for that trip down nostalgia lane. It's been a bit, and that was really appreciative. We'll listen to it on air at some point. But man, the wife is just absolutely loving I Love Chicken. So if there's anything in here that you'd like to hear, this is the Randy El Diablo 50. And this is built based on, is it the Diavolo? Is that what it's called? The Randall Diavolo with a V? Is that what the amp is? I could go back to the list. Yeah. Based on a Randall Diavolo RD50. Oh man, it reset me. Ah! All right, we're just chilling. Let's go back. Let's go to the 6505 Plus. This is another amp that I think most of us are pretty familiar with. And I'm going to go with my standard settings. And let's see what we got here. Very nice. Let's go. I want to add a 57 just for fun skis. Tough. Nice. Yeah. And again, so if you're a fan of high output pickups, this is going to give you that resistance of like 19.5K, which is pretty bananas when it comes to most pickups. I mean, I think this is probably the highest output pickup I've tried, to be honest with you. Most of the pickups I think is kind of the ceiling was around 18 or so resistance. The Black Winter, what is the Black Winter? I think the Black Winter is even less than that, but I found the Black Winter, a lot of people suggested that set to me when I was looking for something else, and it's just quite simply not a set that I'm interested in. I've tried it. I hated the neck pickup, something fierce, and I just didn't feel like there was any clarity in that pickup, really. And I was talking to Cody about doing a, wanting to do a something high output. He's like, dude, you got to do this Colossus. And so I did. I was excited. Yeah, sure, let's try it, dude. And threw this in here. This guitar now sounds complete to me. Will it get another pickup someday? Maybe, but I think this one's going to live here for quite some time. Yep. That to me sounds like what it is. It sounds like that saturated high output. Dun, dun, dun. It's exactly what I wanted for this guitar. This is a real strange band. You guys are curious. The Diablo Swing Orchestra. Very strange band. This, the song is called War Painted Valentine. Very strange song. Very, very strange band. Almost sounds like little bits of Mr. Bungle. Maybe the singer, the female singer from The Antwoord. I think that's how you call it. How you say it? The Antwoord. Yep. This is doing as it do. Yes, this Ibanez does look great. And originally I really, really, really wanted a yellow pickup. But after buying two pickups that should have matched, because typically Ibanez and DiMarzio, they work together a lot, and their colors tend to blend when they do an extreme kind of interesting color. But I bought two different DiMarzio pickups. No, sorry, I bought a DiMarzio. No, it was two DiMarzios, and there was two different yellows, and neither yellow worked out at all. And I just can't look at it if it's not gonna match. So with this, we went with a very subtle, as mentioned, the aggressor treatment. He was nice enough to fill in the aggressor treatment with some like acrylic paint, I think, or some sort, and it looks really terrific. It's got the square bobbins as well. You can get rounded or square. Some people like one or the other. Some people are impartial. In this particular situation, I thought the square was going to look really sick because this guitar is just supposed to be an absolute ass kicker. And that's what we got here. I think it looks and sounds exactly the way I was hoping. So thanks so much to Cody for making this legit, making it a reality. It's nice. It's nice to have. Finally, this guitar does feel more complete. It's giving you a little bit. It gives me what I need. Yes, one thing I also love about this guitar is the matching headstock. It's wonderful. You get a lot of RGs that just don't have the matching headstock. They'll do like a colored body and a black headstock. Nothing kills my interest in an instrument more when the headstock doesn't match. I love a matching headstock. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me in the comments. Do you like a matching headstock? I do. The only time I think it's fine is when you're playing like a Fender, like a Strat, or like a wood grain neck that just stays like a wood grain on the headstock. That's fine. But when it's like a bright colored body and then a black headstock, it just, to me, you're just like, you were so close. You were so close to making this. Just make it. Just change it. Just make it. You know what I mean? Like if there's feel it ties everything together a lot more. I have not played a Rev Star with P90s. The only Yamaha guitars I've ever played are the Pacifica series. I played a couple of them, and goddamn, the older Pacificas did not fuck around at all. Those things are awesome. I had one that was literally like, it was an absolute war beast. This thing could take the punishment of punishments. This thing was the unbeatable. And then eventually it cracked when I did something dumb on stage. And eventually it kind of cracked, and it still sounded fine. And it was just cracked. And eventually, I don't even know what happened to that guitar, if I'm being completely honest. That's fair. That's fair. A sunburst headstock. But then if it's like a sunburst, I don't mind when the headstock is like the darkest color of that sunburst. Like if it's like a sunburst, traditional sunburst, yellowish, yellow orangey to red. I don't mind if it's a red headstock. That's fine. But I do understand that with like a Les Paul, a black headstock in that case, yeah, all right, I can totally see that. I'm thinking more like with RGs and Jacksons and stuff like that. To me, a Jackson guitar with a matching headstock is just mwah. That headstock's one of the best out there. Not as cool as the Ibanez headstock. My personal favorite, reversed or standard in the game. But you do tell me in the comments, what is your favorite headstock? Do tell me in the comments. I'm very curious. Favorite headstock, and don't even sit there and pretend like you don't have one. Like, bro, I'm impartial. If you tell me you're impartial, you're not a guitar player. Or you haven't been at it long. Because in my opinion, that's like one of those things that I think every guitar player has a favorite headstock. For me, gotta be Ibanez, and that's fine. Maybe I'm biased because I like the brand so much, but nice. Don't worry about it, dude. We were just hanging out and talking about the pickups, talking about guitars and various tonal profiles. Everybody meet Cody from Auroratone. Fantastic dude. Very, very talented. Very busy guy. Very busy guy, admittedly. But the guy makes and winds some fantastic pickups. Also, as I understand, dabbling in the custom-made pick department as well. I did get his pick. And man, the presentation of these pickups, I really should have done like an unboxing. He gives you this really nice pickup, this nice pick. It comes all nice in some stickers and some other things, information on the pickups. The box is wonderful. The packaging is terrific. You might be thinking, really? Are we talking about the packaging? Bro, it's key these days. It is. And when all you get is like a shitty plastic box you're just going to throw in the garbage, I mean, you can keep this box or something. The shitty, the Seymour Duncan, they give you the standard plastic thing and a little, it's okay. But I really like what some pickup winders and developers are doing with their packaging, doing it. Like I remember getting something from Nordstrand a few years back. Their packaging was awesome. And much like Cody's packaging at Auroratone, it's nice when you crack it open and you're like, ooh, that's for me. You know, they present it to you in such a nice way. I like that. So I do enjoy that. Man, you can really tell that this is a beefy boy of a pickup. All right. Yeah, the packing to me is just as important as the pickups. Could be the OCD. I don't care. That's great, though. And, you know, like, this is a dude that's all... Yeah, Ton, don't stress. There's been some busy times. Don't stress. That is getting taken care of. Don't stress. There's been some busy times, and things have gone in, and you're good. Just keep watching that email. And I would say within the next day or so here, I was talking with Igor today, so I would assume that it'll funnel its way over to you shortly. And I'm gonna go with something a bit brighter with the JSX, aka the XSR, in this case. And we're just gonna we're gonna have some fun with this bad boy. If you've never used the JSX before, if you've never heard of this amp before, I feel kind of bad for you because I mean. There is, it's a fantastic amp, guys. It is a fun amp in its real form. There we go. That's a little bit brighter. I needed something just a little bit brighter in this case. I'm going to go with some more mids, some more low end. Oh, yeah. They're definitely there. Ooh, that sounds really good. I love the bite to the single notes. You don't need a power cord or anything else to get that bite. Now, as we mentioned, the momp factor is off the charts with this. And for those of you that are wondering what the momp factor is, it's right there. Mop, mop, mop. And this is a signature pickup as well. I have at the top of my head absolutely forgotten the fella's name though. I feel bad. Cody can help me out with that. I have forgotten the fella's name. He's a fantastic guitar player. He's got this really nice custom signature, maybe a signature, but a custom headless guitar that looks really cozy. You guys know me. I'm not really a big fan of the headless stuff. In fact, I'm like pretty much an anti-fan of the headless stuff, but just once in a while, one comes across my eyes and I go, look at that one over there. And that happens to be one of them. I wonder if Tyler's headphones are just so shot. These are nice headphones. There's absolutely nothing wrong with these headphones. I just wanted something with a little bit more teeth on the top, just so I could showcase. I just didn't feel it was all the way there. The 5150, the 6505 plus there was just a little, yeah. So. Ben Council from Saskatchewan. Nice. I always say it, Saskatchewan. If you've never been to Saskatchewan before, I'm not even going to say you should really go, because it's kind of one of those parts of Canada that I'm not going to piss off anybody from Saskatchewan or or Saskatchewan, but it's one of those, if you've ever toured across the country of Canada, it's when you hit the prairies, boy, things get awful flat real quick. And it's not always the best of times touring across the prairies. You definitely want to have some, it's not your nap time either. You got to have your head on a swivel. The Rickenbacker base headstock. Wonderful. There's no fizz here, buddy. It sounds like the attack is off the charts. Hey, listen, everybody's got a different tonal profile. Everybody's got a different things that please them with tone. And for me, I just wanted to make sure that we were doing our due diligence and making sure that I've had people tell me over the course that my tones can be a little bit on the dark side. Dark side. And that's okay. It's totally fine. A little better there. Sloporific playing there. Slop-orific. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Thursday. I am having a kind of week. Started the week real fucking shitty. Real shitty start of the week. But then we moved along and things just got progressively more... There's more kick-assery in the week. How's it going? Eduardo, nice to see you. I've got the first 6 Colossus. I've only made them in 7th string. For real? Oh man, that's so cool. I actually feel awesome about that. It's, just for me, that's great. So this is the only 6th string Colossus that exists right now. Fantastico. But the Colossus is definitely a pickup that if you're a death metal player, if you're a gent player, if you're anything that involves high gain and modern distortion kind of thing. I haven't tried it for Doom or anything like that just yet, although I'm assuming that it could probably do the job. But at the same time, we're just going to try it in this guitar, and this guitar is not really a Doomer. This is, I'm more of a rhythm player myself, but we'll call this kind of a shred machine, I guess. If I could shred, it would be a shred machine. 13 people in the house today. Hello to everyone, by the way. Hello, Kyle. Hello, Amiris. A little. Your dog's going crazy, wondering how the fizz is coming from. It's not fizzy. The James Tyler headstock? What's a James Tyler headstock? Got this cool ass Lake Superior breeze that's just blowing right through my window into my soul. And if you guys have ever lived or resided or even hung out near Lake Superior before, you'll know, especially if you had your body in it. I'm telling you right now, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like jumping in Lake Superior. All right, let's see what else we got here. It's this fat switch. We're gonna roll back the low end a little bit and see what we got here. When in the tuning of Morbid Angel, we have to place a Morbid Angel, obviously. I would say B flat. Just kidding, I greatly dislike. I love the inside information here. Thanks so much, Cody, for joining us today. That'd be rad. That's super awesome for you to join us. I realize you are a busy man. And we finally found a good tone match here. The first couple amps were like, it was okay. But this JSX Gosh, I love that amp in its real form. I find that this version, the Meridian XSR, does have a little bit more gain on tap than the actual JSX itself. I've spent a lot of time with that amp. I had a guitar player in my band, a number of my bands, and his guitar, his amp of choice was at the time the JSX. And I've honestly never heard... There's one of the most versatile amps I've ever come across in my whole life. And if you're still interested in buying a JSX, you can just go buy yourself a PV XXX V2, and that is essentially a rebranded a rebranded JSX. It is the exact same guts, it's the exact same thing on the inside. It's the only difference is it's now called the XXX V2, which is very strange because the XXX and the JSX don't really sound a lot alike. The original XXX. I never really found them to be like identical amps. This is an absolute crusher of a pickup, you guys. Let's scoop it out a little bit and see what happens. Yeah, slopperific play today, but it is what it is. We're getting her done. And that's the cool thing about this pickup is being that it's such a high output pickup, and being that it's sort of, you know, it's like he just said, it's, you know, he's made a lot in 7-string format. In 6-string, you might think that this pickup isn't going to do the job in like E flat or E, but we go up to E flat here. Yeah, that's cooking. That is absolutely cooking. Bad playing today, bad playing. No time to warm up. God, cut me some slack. This is a riff I like because it showcases the single notes. Keep in mind, I'm also not running any EQ here, guys. I'm not running a high or low pass filters, really. Maybe moderately, if any. I typically like the full range of the amp and the full range of the stuff I'm using to be heard. Why? Because, well, I've never really been a big fan of those videos where, you know, you go and listen to something and you hear a demo on something and it's just so produced and polished and quad tracked and dual tracked most of the time. Sometimes it's nice for people to be able to just hear an unprocessed, unfucked with version of what you're using. And then that way when you're getting it, you're not like, geez, I mean, that doesn't sound like anything like the demo. You know, you're looking for presets, you're looking for this and that. Me, I would just prefer to just show you guys what's going on with this. Do apologize if there's a little bit of top end, as Ilmyrus is saying, but yeah, the XXX aesthetic definitely turned off a lot of folks. Yeah, but we know why it was like that, right? I mean, the girl on there was like what was it, like a girl? It was like was it a stripper pole or something? This was, keep in mind that the XXX was once upon a time designed for George Lynch, as the legend goes, and that last minute or something happened and it just went gone. For years, a lot of people, including myself, thought the XXX was a solid state amp. And there was a band that came here, locally here, came to my town. I did a bunch of shows for them as a promoter. It was a band called The End. And there was a guitar player in the band called Anthony. And he had actually both guys, I think, had the XXX. And I remember looking at it going, man, that is the cheesiest looking amp I've ever heard. And then these guys started playing and everyone was like, holy fuck. What's the story with this amp again? Is it solid state? And they're like, no, it's got tubes in it. I'm like, oh, okay, well, this is different. Now, if you're also looking for a XXX, there's another amp in here that we'll go and have a look at. The Meridian 31. This is based on the, what is it again? The 3120 is the amp. The 3120 is actually the original Triple X, but with an EL34 tube section. And why is that important? Well, it's kind of important because it's a big change in the sound. We're going to kind of mess around with this one a little bit as well. And see, we got, oh, that sounds loud as balls. Let's bring that back a little bit. That doesn't sound bad at all. Sounding pretty good. And I want to be careful with, this is the L34, so I think I'm going to try to scoop C out a little bit here and see what we can do with it. Bit too beefy. Ceramic gate magnet. I have custom cut to my specifications from the factory. The dimensions. What are you thinking? So Cody, what's the ideal height? What's the ideal height to start the starting point height? Does this sound like a good starting point height to you? Do let me know. I messed with it a bunch last night, and it sounded pretty damn good. But I only really messed with it through the Kazrog 1992, which is as mentioned once again, probably my favorite single amp suite going right now. This here, though, this is just an amazing pile of amps that you guys can just jump into at any point in time with the subscription feature. I think it's like $15 a month. Give it a shot and try it out. There's nothing wrong with giving this a shot and trying it and seeing if you like it or not. We are going to try this out. Let's see what we got here. This is the Eddie. This is the Krankenstein, I think. Oh, we might have found we found a winner for sure here. Yep, that's a winner. Let's try some more here. This amp sounds a little bit better scoop seed, but let's see what we got. Holy crap, that sounds huge. Monstrous. Ooh, it's so touchy. Everything I touch makes it want to just get a little bit more. Let's try to crank these mids up. Yeah, that sounds huge. Gigantic. You tried experimenting with the I always fuck up that word. Fuck. Neodymium? Don't you have a set? No, there's somebody that's got a set. There's a couple different sets of those neodymium pickups. I wasn't a super huge fan. I used one set, but it was in a custom guitar. I cannot for the life of me remember the guitar can't remember the brand. There's this fella, Jason, that I was helping out set up his, like a local fella that was helping out set up a plugin, like a plugin setup. He had never really used them before. I literally went to this dude's house and helped him and learned how to use a DAW and everything. This was several years ago now, but he only had one guitar and it had these very, very different sounding pickups in them. And I wasn't really sure how I felt about them at the time, but I wasn't about to mess with his guitar or the heights or anything like that. So I'm not 100% sure. I don't really have much of an opinion on them, but The one set I did try was... I have a Rev, the only amp. And the one in AmpHub is spot on. I'm depressed. That's about where I have them right now, is about 5, I think. Let's go check it. Yeah, I've got them at about 4.5, 5 right now, so that kind of works. Wow. I am very impressed. Very, very impressed. Hell yeah. I would keep the presence at 3 or lower. Sounds good. Maybe my ears are just burned out, guys. Who knows? Maybe Elmyrus is right. That does sound pretty good, though. Again, it's not really an amp that I've messed with too much in person. I had a communal jam space. I had a friend of mine that went a little bit crank crazy and decided to go and get a couple cranks, and they were in the jam space and gone before I even really had a chance to do too much with them. I did get to bang around on them a little bit, but and I was very impressed with the amps I tried. The cabs, however, crank cabs are just, God, those things are incredible. That nice chimey top on that, and with high output pickups, sometimes you don't get that. Cranking the main master volume, lower the plug-in output volume. We could do that. Bring up the main bat. I'm not going to do too much with this right now. Just reading through the comments. Always like to do that. Like to be, because I've been chirped in the past for not being as observant as I probably could have been. We're going to check out the Tremor 15. This is the Mark Tremonti MT15. I know he's got his full dealio out. I don't know how much this actually differs from his full deal amp. I have really no idea. But I know that this amp is phenomenally popular. Very, very popular. Let's see what we got. That's the clean channel. What am I doing here? Oh boy. The boost is only for the clean channel? All right. Just want to brighten it up a tiny bit. My ears can definitely hear over 8K, brother. Maybe. Maybe. There's a lot of miles on these ears, guys. A lot of miles. But it's not to the point where I need hearing aids just yet. Let's get some more mids up in here. Sounds good. It's fucking roast out here, boys. Ilmyrus came in with some gusto today. So we're just here checking out the Auroratone Colossus today, and this is stream 1 of 2. The next stream is going to be the Mindsinger, and not today, by the way. Then my next stream here is going to be with the another Auroratone set, was the Ultraviolet Neck and the Singularity Bridge. I'm going to be installing those tonight or tomorrow. Pardon me. But for the most part, man, like, this pickup is doing exactly what I hoped it would do in the slot. That's the thing, is like, it's everything I hoped it would be in this guitar, and probably the greatest high output pickup I've used in a very long time. I haven't used a ton of them. Wow, this was not supposed to be on that list. That's okay though. Weird. Yeah. There's going to be some other Auroratone pickups floating around here eventually. Cody and I are working on something in a P90, noiseless P90, for the big baritone with the pickups that sound. Not gonna lie, those pickups that came in that Harley Benton baritone don't sound bad. It's just they're not noiseless. They're very noisy, and that is exactly why I don't like P90s. I don't like P90s with distortion at all. I figured that they could have gone a little extra mile, charged an extra tiny bit, and gone with some noiseless, and those guitars probably would have kept a lot more pickups in them. So yeah, we're working on something eventually with that, and man, I'm excited to see what his pickups can do for that guitar. As mentioned, the Mindsinger has the Auroratone stuff, and then we're also talking about maybe throwing one in a Jackson in time as well. If there is a particular model in the Auroratone line that you guys think I should throw into my average ass Jackson, as I like to call it, the average ass Jackson, do let me know. I'm at this point, I've got the Colossus, very stoked on it. The Singularity I'm going to try. And then from there, not sure yet. Not even sure. So do let me know in the comments if there's something you'd like me to check out. Also, the Ultraviolet Bridge that I checked out, as mentioned, it's not that I did not like that pickup. It's definitely just not suited for that instrument. It's a very different bird of a tone profile, as we've talked about several times with the Mindsinger. So I'm really hoping that the Singularity is the right fit on that one. But Thomas on the staff here is going to be taking over, and I'm going to be sending out the bridge pickup, the Ultraviolet, to him, and he's going to put it into this sweet Ibanez that he just grabbed locally. I cannot wait to see what it sounds like, hear what it sounds like rather, in that guitar. So if you just got here, my name is Tyler. Welcome to the AmpSim Show, episode 108. Yeah, we've done 108 of these things, and man, we're starting to get some views on the old skis. On the old ones, they are actually starting to get some views. So that's always nice. We will be doing a lot more to promote the channel now that the pickups are in for the Mindsinger. I'm going to be doing a lot more content with it, and we're going to see where that goes from there. All right, this is sounding pretty good right off the hop. Not the most gift. I'm not Ingve Malmsteen out here. I don't have my shirt unbuttoned. If I had a shirt to unbutton, I'd probably just start unbuttoning it to see if it made me a better guitar player. Maybe get some of those old Dave Mustaine shirts. Remember the shirts Dave Mustaine used to wear back in like the 90s when he was wearing those like ruffled, like medieval shirts he was with like skin tight blue jeans. You know you're a confident human being when you're going on stage with big giant white shoes, high tops, skin tight jeans, and a ruffled medieval shirt. I mean, only Dave Mustaine and very few others could pull that off, I think. Just reading through the comments. Sorry, guys. Feisty juice before the stream. How do people tolerate mean drunks? I will never know. I can tell you how. I used to be I was never really a bouncer. I was just a guy that ran shows, and often my shows would not have a bouncer. So I would have to deal with the inebriated souls as it was. And then the bartender and the bar owner was also that dude, that really hard weathered dude that all you had to do was say you're cut off. He give you a look and you just were on your way. If you decided to protest that, you'd probably get the door open with your head. Not by me. That was not the type of person I was. I've seen a lot of it. You know, you just kind of give him a look over when someone's giving you a hard time, and he would come out from behind the bar and be like, "Is there a problem?" And then the guy would like straight up just look at him and be like, "Nah, no, I'm good. I'm gonna go." So it was nice to have that kind of back. But yeah, I don't know how people deal with mean drunks either. I don't think you're a mean drunk, dude. You're just kind of you try to keep me on my toes. I understand. Wow. And if you ever use the Eddy 5153, let's try that again. The Eddy 5153 White. If you've ever used this, or if you used it back in the day and you were like, man, that was not so good back in the day, I didn't really like it. They actually completely overhauled it in some way, shape, or form, and it sounds way better. Thanks so much to our team member, Pit Priss, for pointing that out to me and saying, hey, man, you got to go back and give this thing another go, because this thing is pretty damn sweet. I do really want to use this channel as well. I want to use the mid channel and see where we can go with this. Sounds great. I don't like that there's not a resonance control in this one. I recall a resonance control. Yeah, so this thing can thrash like crazy as well. Don't think this is just going to be like a gent machine or anything like that. You could be absolutely fine purchasing a Colossus, using it in E flat for your absolute favorite thrash metals, and it will deliver. You might not even use a boost pedal, to be completely honest. It'd probably be just tight enough to without it. Not bad there at all. Let's go with a Scott Ian type rig here for a sec. Let's go with the, where is it? Where are you? Hiding from me? There we go. Yeah, that sounds pretty good too. So let's try that. Yeah, party time. Yes, I did check that out. I'm just gonna grab. Luca sent me the code for the Nutcracker and the Flanger, and I just gotta grab that code for the Demogorgon. I have had no time, by the way, guys, this week. This week has been the most insanely busy week, and I've had almost zero time to tend to the AmSim Universe type things after work. It has been a bit of a mess. So time-wise, do just bear with me when it comes to anytime you win anything with us, please be ready to wait around a week. Most of the time, it's going to be about a week before everything kind of gets smoothed and delivered. So I do apologize for any lateness of prize delivery. And if I do owe you a prize and we've forgotten somehow, I don't tend to forget that sort of thing. But if we do owe you a prize, do let me know and I will check through the emails. Rudy Castillo has not emailed me yet for his Nutcracker. That sounds weird. If you didn't know it was an AmpSim. Well. Yeah, that sounds delicious. Let's go back to the red channel for a sec, though. Yeah. The Fortin 33 pedal, along with the along with the 5153. Mop, 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 mop. Turn down the presents. That's sounding pretty good. Ooh. And another place you're going to see a lot of Cody's work is in a lot of really, really nice custom guitars. I've been seeing his work. Forgive the name, but Lacello. There's a lot of Lacello guitars that I'm assuming it's not Lacello. I think if it's Italian, it'd be Lacello, but I'm not sure. Do check them out. They've got some crazy looking guitars. I think one of them is called a Battle Hawk. Is that what it's called, Cody? Am I misremembering again? Elmyrus, that's not my problem. That's not my problem. If you win things and then you give them away, why is that my problem? I try to give you things and you're like, nah, no want, but I'll go buy it. And I really do appreciate your purchases with all of the plugin developers that we showcase. That is very much appreciated. But that being said, I mean, you do have me here and my you know, my online and virtual companionship. Not in the OnlyFans way, though. I don't have one of those yet. Times are not desperate enough for me. Although I do need to buy MLB The Show. Maybe I should start an OnlyFans just long enough to sell some feet pictures. Oh my gosh, that sounds delicious. Definitely do make PAFs. He's got a PAF and he's also got like a PAF on steroids as well, as I was reading it, something to that effect. Like a slightly hotter PAF, which is pretty cool. For me, PAFs in the neck position are just it's unbeatable for me. I love a PAF in the neck position. Love, love, love. And that is one of my favorite pickups for neck positions. For the bridge, though, I'm pretty much allergic to Alnico magnets in the bridge. I have tried so many different, and every time I say I'm done trying Alnico pickups in the bridge, I try another one. And I think I've tried like 3 or 4 last year, and they just none of them did what I needed them to do. Lacello, it is okay. The Warhawk. Is that a collaborative design between Mario and yourself? Nice. Modern jazz master, I convinced him design. It's like a modern jazz master with almost like a hype machine headstock or something, right? Kind of like that. It's got the, and the strings got to kind of go over the open space. Don't forget, guys, 10% off if you drop our name. As mentioned before, I hate affiliate links. They just don't work. One person clicks it and 10 people buy a pickup based on your recommendation. You get credit for uno. This particular case, if we give you guys 10% off, you'll be more likely to tell Cody, hey, the AmpSim universe sent me, and I kind of want what I kind of just want what he's having. And that'd be fine too. You can just say you want a 6-string Colossus, you can do that. The aggressor treatment is not free. The aggressor treatment is a little extra. There's a little bit of, you can kind of mix and match different sets, lots of different things that you can do. And man, I could not be more impressed so far with the build quality. The build quality is insane. Like even just like the quality of the bottom plate of the pickup is it's almost like it's almost like aircraft aluminum or something to that effect. They are really, really nice, really well made pickups. And I can't say enough good things. I really can't. Canadian made as well. And these days, Canadian made is important up here because obvious reasons that we don't talk about in the chat because politics aren't allowed. But still, right now for us, Canadian made is huge. So guys, buy Canadian if you can. You're always going to get something of high quality because I don't know a single Canadian that does a half-assed job of building anything. I just don't. Especially when it comes to someone's hard work that they're trying to grow their brand. Cody's work is fantastic. David Montosa, how's it going? I think you've been in the streams before, right? I very distinctly remember this name, but if I'm wrong and you're a first timer, welcome. Welcome to the AmpSim universe, where we like to nurture the relationship between analog and digital as just always, instead of just always pushing digital, we really like to nurture that relationship between analog and digital. As in a landscape right now currently where I think a lot of people are starting to lose touch with the gear and the amps that their profiles captures and amp sims and everything else are actually designed or inspired by or directly analog, modeled from analog on these pieces of gear. Always remember, guys, when you're using a plugin or a capture or a profile or anything else, always remember that someone somewhere invented this gear, built this gear. In some cases, could have possibly remortgaged their house, stayed up till, and slept 6 hours a night for a better part of a year, trying to design something, or 5 hours a night trying to design something incredible, burning their fingertips, and so on and so forth. So always make sure that we respect the gear, that where all of these plugins and captures and profiles, respect the gear that this is coming from, okay? And again, the one thing we're about here is not necessarily, it's not analog or digital or analog versus digital. It's how to use both of those things to enhance and nurture your creativity, okay? A lot of people that are analog loyalists, more power to you. If you don't want to use plugins on stage, I don't blame you. If you don't want to use modelers on stage, I don't blame you. Because if I was ever to take the stage again, I would definitely have to have moving air behind me of some degree. And I do absolutely align with analog loyalists when it comes to live performance. However, that being said, plugins are very handy and they can help you make sure that you are creative. The plugins that can make sure that you stay creative, even at times where blasting an analog amp is not possible. All you need these days is a cell phone and an interface and a guitar. And you can be absolutely going, recording riffs, rehearsing things, and a lot of other things that basically could be semi-impossible or a lot harder to do with analog gear. No, he does singles too, dude. I wish I As an American, I'm more than happy to buy Canadian. After all, buying Americans, buying Chinese. Hey, there's nothing wrong with Chinese-made stuff these days. There used to be, but these days, those companies, like especially like Firefly, I'm assuming Firefly is made in China, but Firefly is coming in hot, guys. Firefly is coming in hot with some pretty sexy instruments. And I'm not going to lie, I've definitely like, giving it a look from a distance. I have absolutely no space for another guitar in my life, but man, those Firefly guitars, I saw the ML. That's looking pretty sexy. They've got a couple of Eddie Van Halen inspired instruments that, again, they're looking pretty awesome, and I'm very tempted. Very tempted. Anybody out there own a couple of Fireflies or one Firefly? What's the build quality like? I know our friend of the channel, Baritone Goat Studio, is all over that stuff these days, but I have not really tried any myself. I'm really curious, though. I just kind of want to get one in my hand and try it out and see what it's all about, but I am definitely not in line to be doing something like that right now. David, I do apologize that I don't speak Spanish. My Spanish is not good. My French is not terrible. It's probably terrible. I don't even speak much French. What we speak in Canada is not French. It's franglais, we call it. It's mostly French, but it's ugly French. I'm not going to lie to you. If you hear Parisian French versus Canadian, Québécois, franglais, that stuff, it's no offense to the Frenchies out there. We love you in Canada, but at the same time, if you want to hear real French, you got to go to Paris. The Parisian people speak beautiful French. It's just so nice. It's just wonderful sounding. I can't stick my nose up at Chinese stuff. I'm typing on a Chinese device, for example. No, I mean, it used to be the point where there was like a pretty large difference between, Chinese stuff and not Chinese stuff. But these days, I don't know, man. Like they're getting better and better and better at making great stuff. And we've basically just gone over a lot of the death metal and chugs type riffs today, and that's okay. That's okay. We're just kind of, as mentioned, we're chilling, we're hanging out as I might with just a new pickup, sitting here, trying it through lots of different amp sims, trying it through stuff I'm very familiar with, getting accustomed to what the pickup is giving me, and then moving along to some stuff that I may be less familiar with. I was going to go with Bogren Digital stuff today, and I just felt, for some reason, actually, the MLC Sub-Zero does not exist currently, and I don't know what happened. I own it. It was installed, and then it just disappeared. Don't know what happened, but we'll figure it out, get that reinstalled, and next time I have a few minutes, we're going to go over some Bogren Digital stuff. If you have not checked out Bogren Digital's lineup, there's a lot of really cool stuff, whether it's the one knob stuff or the complete modeled amps. Man, there's a lot of stuff over there. Je m'appelle Claude. But that being said, it doesn't necessarily matter. When it comes to tone, tone is the universal language. It is a universal language. Guitar. It doesn't matter what language you speak, where you're from. It doesn't matter when it comes to guitar. Tone is tone. Which is the great thing about musicians, is because even if we can't speak to one another, we can definitely find a way to talk. Thumbs up. Yes, this sounds good. Thumbs up. That sounds great. Dude. So guys, we got about another, we're almost done. We're almost wrapped here, guys. In fact, we're pretty much going to wrap things up in about a minute or so here. This has been a lot of fun. And you'll be seeing more of the Rumblebee, as I like to call it. The Rumblebee. We're going to get... Whoa! Occasionally, I bump the headstock. Oh, boy. We're absolutely a mess here. This is the pickup we're talking about. Check it out. Give you a nice long look. This thing, as mentioned, the craftsmanship is off the charts. I've had a really, really great time talking with Cody over the last few months. Good getting to know Cody, his business, and definitely call him a friend at this point. And he and Daryl Meinzinger have treated me with absolute respect. And just these two companies I'm very happy to be affiliated with. And guys, get over there, check out everything that Auroratone Pickups has to offer, the various finishes. But as mentioned at the top of the stream, Cody is not the type of guy where, you know, if you look through his pickups and don't see something, I would have questions for you if you looked through his photo gallery and didn't find something that you really like the look of. But if there's something that you're like, nothing there really, I really want to buy one of your pickups, you say to the man, but you know, I'm not really sure what I want. What I really want to do is I want this, and this instead of this, you know, kind of thing. And he's the type of guy that's going to go all in and be like, fuck yeah, let's build that. There's nothing necessarily standard. Nothing is off limits with this guy as far as aesthetics. You know, if you tell him what you want to build, he's the type of guy to get excited. If he hasn't built it before, he's the type of guy to be like, fuck yeah, I want to build that. I'm stoked to build that. And that sounds like a lot of fun. And we had a lot of fun designing this. We had even more fun designing the set that you're going to see in the Meinzinger, which absolutely ties that guitar together in every way, shape, and form. So I can't wait to unveil those pickups to you guys. But in the meantime, make sure you get over to Auroratone, check out everything they have to offer. And if there's something that strikes you that kind of piques your interest and strikes you as very, very cool, talk to him about it. He's the type of guy that loves talking pickups, and he absolutely wants to make you a pickup that you're very happy with. Okay? That is first and foremost. And I love pickup companies. I love guitar companies like that don't just look at you like a number or an amount of money that comes in. They look at the product. They want to make sure that every product that goes out the door is really, really cool. And small pickup small pickup winders, small pickup shops are definitely the type of companies that should be doing that. And he goes up and far and above. So definitely a guy you can trust with your money, with your project, and you're guaranteed to come up with something you really enjoy. All right, guys. So thank you so much for listening to me ramble as per the usual, for listening to me chug on this wonderful guitar and this wonderful pickup. And I cannot wait to bring you more from the Rumblebee here and way, way more from the Meinzinger Tempest. Also be sure to check out Meinzinger Guitars and Lacello Guitars as well. Two wonderful Canadian companies that will also have that way of thinking. I want to build you something that I don't want you to build something that you like. I want to build you something that you fucking love. Okay? Sorry for the not safe for work conversation, but this is definitely a bunch of companies that will build you something and want to build you something that you receive, open up, and it absolutely blows your mind just to even look at. Never mind the sound quality. All right, guys? So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you for being part of this community. We're only going to grow and continue to grow. But you know what? I have so much fun chatting with just the people that are here and are here all the time. Elmyrus, thank you for keeping me on my toes constantly. Ton, Rudy Castillo. You didn't? Oh, Rudy, sorry, dude. I thought you knew. In that stream, I was like, man, Rudy's been crushing it in the chat today. We had a great talk, that great chat about working out. And it helped me actually with some fun things to add to my workout and trying to get these muscles to be not so small. And that's mad. So get at me, the ampsimuniverse at gmail.com, and I'll make sure you get that Nutcracker license. Everybody else that won a prize, I'll make sure that in the next day or so here you get taken care of. And as mentioned before, 10% off if you decide to go with a pickup from Auroratone, but let them know that you came from us, and you'll get taken care of extra. Just making sure. Yeah, don't worry, it's coming. Elmyrus, we've got something bigger than just a song. And those of you in the chat that are staffers, and I think Kyle is not a staffer, but Kyle knows as well. we're trying to go one further than just playing the man's song every once in a while. That's all I can tell you for now. All right, guys. Bo, thank you for being here. Pedro, happy birthday. Eddie, you're a badass motherfucker. And thank you so much. And I will see you guys likely tomorrow around the same time. Definitely on Saturday, but I believe I will be here tomorrow doing some Freeware Friday. Probably. Okay, if you don't see me by 4:30, I'm probably not going to be here, but I'm going to try my very best to get in here and have some fun. All right, guys, so chill out. And my challenge for you is simply, even if it's not Auroratone, look more into the pickups that are in your instruments. And if there's a particular guitar that you have that you're not happy with the sound of it, that can be fixed, okay? Talk to us about it in the chat. Maybe we can see if we can help you out, point you in the right direction to get the sound you're looking for from even whether it's, Iron Gear or Auroratone or Used or Seymour Duncan or whatever it is. We're going to help you get the best tonal profile you can for your guitar. All right, guys, thank you so much, and I will see you guys next time.
Amen. He appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Cause they love him in London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland and Canada and Mexico. They say, I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.